Welcome to the first in this three-part series on overcoming overwhelm. I have been scanning the literature and talking to people who are top in their field to identify the three key reasons why you may suffer from overwhelm. And in this series, I'm going to share with you those reasons and also three fabulous techniques that you can use to try and prevent overwhelm in your life. My name is Fiona Spence. I'm a telephone-based rapid results mindset coach, and I've spent many years studying neuroscience, mindfulness, and even martial arts, and taking all the learnings and putting it into my coaching programs to help my clients to rewire their brains so that they can change their habits, remove any limiting beliefs or blocks that they have, and build the lives that they truly desire and deserve. Now, as you probably already know, when you suffer from overwhelm, not only does it lead to stress and anxiety, but it can also lead to negative thoughts. Those negative thoughts impact on your self-esteem. You start to question whether or not you're good enough, whether or not you are capable. So it's absolutely key that we do something about this and address any signs or symptoms of overwhelm that you have immediately. So what is the number one reason that people suffer from overwhelm? Not setting clear boundaries. And when they do set them, not being consistent with them and keeping to them. Setting boundaries takes courage, consistency, and communication. Right now, let's focus on identifying exactly where those boundaries should be set. And here's a great technique for doing that. All you need is a piece of paper, and you're going to split it into three separate columns. At the top of the first column, you will write, only I can do. At the top of the second column, others can do. And on the third, does it really matter? The next step is to grab yourself an incredibly large piece of paper, and on this piece of paper, you're going to do a brain dump of all the activities that you carry out on a daily and a weekly basis, all your little tasks that you do. Now, for each task, once you've completed your big brain dump, I want you to ask, does it really matter? You'll find out quite often things don't. We think they do, but they don't. If they don't really matter, put them into the does it really matter column. Of course, there are things that do have to be done. The washing up, for example, has to be done. So then you can ask yourself, can others do it? Can others do it? If so, put it into the can others do it column. And then finally, you'll find that there are some things that only you can do, and they go into the only I can do column. Once you have all your columns completed, you'll have a very clear idea of where you can start to set your boundaries. For the things that only you can do, you can start to negotiate with others or even with yourself to give yourself time to do them. For things that others can do, you might need to have a few conversations to pass on the responsibility. And sometimes that means learning to ask for help. And also some of those things, perhaps you're just going to learn to let go of them. Now, sometimes people say to me, yes, but Fiona, I'm so overwhelmed that I get distracted or I can't even focus. And if that is the case for you, then please check out my next video in this series.